Welcome to this brand new tutorial on web scraping, and today what I'm trying to do is I'm going to do the quicker version of video 1 just to get you grounded on the concept of XPath and selection. And yeah, I mean, I think what I'm going to do is I already have everything in my mind, at least for where I want to scrape from, and it is going to be this website. And what I'm going to do is, this is the topic that I want to scrape. I want to find out what people are talking about, specifically in gymnasticsbodies.com, that contains tumbling as their topic, Now, so if you have not checked my first video, I highly recommend you do that, because I explain how you can actually select an element, what is XPath, and in this video I am not going to be talking about selecting elements. I mean, yes, I'm going to be talking about selecting elements, but I'm not going to show you what is the syntax for selecting elements. So with that being said, let's not waste any more time. Let's get our hands dirty into stopping and taking a look at how we can actually scrape stuff from this website. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is, let me just close out what I had. Alrighty, let's go back one directory up, and pretty much just like how we do it, you know the drill. How do we do that? So we want to create a new project, right? And the drill is as simple as typing this: Scrapy start project, and the name of the project you want to give. So I'm going to just say tutorial, not tutorial, because it's, well, so I'm going to say tumbling, okay? Or you know what, I'm going to say fitness 2. Okay, so this is a new project, and I'm ready to go. Alrighty, so it says you have to navigate into fitness 2 folder for you to get yourself started, and I have just navigated into fitness 2 folder. And just to make things fine, I am just going to go to all my terminals and point to fitness 2 folder, so I'd be all ready and ready to go. Alrighty, let's go there. Awesome. So we have 3 terminals open, or 3 command prompts open, however you wish to call. Now you know how it's going to go. You first have to basically create a new spider, right? And you know what, I just want to copy this, because this is coming from our you know what, let's go here. I'll explain what's going on here. Okay, I'm going to create a new file, and I'm going to call it inside the spiders folder as tumbling spider .py. Alright, now once we have this in place, let's go ahead and create a class. But before I create a class, I want to import Scrapy, right? Import Scrapy, and I'm going to just say class, and then the name of the file class you want to give. I'm just going to say tumbling spider class, okay? And this is obviously going to import scrapy.spider object, and it's pretty much doing its job. Now we have to define a variable called name, which is the first thing that we should definitely do, otherwise we cannot scrape. Okay, the name I'm going to give it is going to be tumbling. Alright, tumbling, and let's just say tumbling 2, okay? Because you know what, I'm just going to say tumbling. Okay, now I am going to give start URL. I'm going to create a new variable called start URL, and that is going to be pretty much the link for the website. And that is going to be just copied and pasted in here, because that is what I want to scrape the web from, okay, the stuff from. Alright, next what I am going to do is create a new method called parse, and ensure as you do this that you give the same naming terminologies. Like, you cannot change the name, you cannot change the start URL variable name. Okay, you cannot say, like, I'm not sure if it's start URL or start URLs. So let's just take a real quick look at that. Yep, it's going to be start URLs. My bad. Okay, so yeah, if you don't give the name as start URLs, your project is not gonna work. So you have to be aware of that. And then we create this method called parse, and it's going to take in a self argument, and it's going to also take in a response argument. Okay, and what is going to happen now is we have to get our things started off. So I want to actually, basically, the whole premise of this video is for me to go and take a look at, let's just do this. Take a look at every thread or article, and I just want to scrape the content that is over here. And by the way, just to keep you updated, this is just meant for educational purposes only. I don't want to get into any legality issues, just in case if scraping becomes illegal, then this is just only for the sake of entertainment and educational purposes only. I don't know why I said entertainment, because somehow this seems to be entertaining here, reading all the threads, but yeah, this is just for education purposes. Alright, now what I want to do is I want to scrape this comment here, this comment here, this comment here, right? I want to scrape this one. I just want to scrape all the comments in a given thread. Now, from right now, I'm going to call every single box that is present here as a thread, and this is a thread, this is another thread, and these are all comments on that thread. So just to make things clear, that's how I try to conventionally call it, but if you have different terminologies, it's up to you. You're totally free to do that, but for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to call this as a thread. And now I want to choose all the threads, and I just want to go through every single thread and pick up every single comment on that given thread, and that is the whole premise of my project. Alright, now what I am going to do is I'm going to just take the entire class name and open this. First of all, I'm going to say Scrapy shell, nothing different from the previous video, it's all the same. And let's see what's going on. Oh, in line 15 there's an error. Alright, you know what, the error is this one. I'm going to just say pass at this moment, because I just want things to get executed clearly without any issues. Let's open it up again, and we are ready to roll. Alright, so now let's type in fetch command. But before that, I don't like this big entire list, as you already know in the first video. Fetch, and then the name of the website. Whoops, I want to fetch the starting URL, right? I just want to fetch that thing, and let's go over here, copy, and paste it in my shell like so. And if I hit enter, it says some. Now I'm going to just say response. Now look at this, it says 200, which is an okay in HTTP. We're all good, we're all set to start doing our mining. Right now, let's take a look at this. Now this thread belongs to this class that I've chosen here, and let's try to extract all the elements and take a look at that. Response dot expath, and you know the drill. What it is you just have to say /, and I'm choosing the class, right? So the attribute is class. Yeah, I just have to enter in the name, and if you take a look at that really clearly, we have like 1, 2, I suppose 2 white spaces after IPS pad, and I'm going to, for the sake of proving it to you, I'm just going to hit enter. It shows nothing. But if I hit 2 spaces, whoops, it's still showing nothing. Wow. interesting enough, what is going on here is, let's see, one more space. No. Is it 3 spaces? Wow. How many spaces? Man, come on. So you know what I'm trying to say, right? Like, if you get the class name wrong, pretty much like how I did right now, you are never going to get all the elements that belongs to that particular class. I just want to make sure that I don't get this thing wrong. Let's see, response.xpath / with an asterisk and open square bracket at class equals, and then you put in the class name here, right here, and pretty much as expected, 1 2. Finally, I don't know why it did not show up for the first time when I gave 2 spaces. Like, it's ridiculous. Anyway, okay, so I have a quick question. You see, this sort of selection is sometimes really painful. So what should we do in order for us to select all the elements that are threads in this page? And if you take a look at that, 1 2 3 4 5 6, there are 6 threads, and we assume that we have selected all the threads. 1 2 3 4 5 6, perfect. We have finally selected all the threads, but how do we kind of, you know, ensure that we are doing the right thing? So the way we do that is by either you can actually take a look at another attribute as well, and that is going to be data role, right? Look at this data role. Data role seems to be common for all the threads. We could even choose all these threads by issuing data role equals is equal to activity item. And just for the sake of proving it to you, I'm just going to do it again and making things clear. Okay, activity item, and the attribute is data role, DATAROLE. Perfect. We still have 6 elements selected, which is so far so good. And I hope you get the point. Sometimes when you mess up with the class name, or when you don't exactly have the same class name, you can actually choose using another attribute as well. Pretty much the same syntax, except you say this the attribute name and the attribute value instead of class name, class and class name. Okay, good. Now we have like 6 elements selected. Okay, now what we're going to do is take a look at the link, right? If we can follow the link, we can actually follow the thread and just grab all the comments. But how do we follow the link? Again, right click, inspect on the link, and we have this link, right? And if you take a look at that again, but you know what? I just want to write the code first. Okay, so I'm going to say threads. Okay, threads. What are all the threads that we have? The way we select threads is by using this one right here. I am just going to copy this. Now threads is going to contain all the threads in that given page. This is the page, right? So it contains all the threads in that page. Now I want to iterate through every single thread such that, so how do I iterate? You already know, for every thread in threads, right? If you iterate through every single thread inside of all the threads, all you have to do now is find the link, right? How do you find the link? Again, you have to make sure that you basically you know. Okay, so you know what, let's do this. I'm going to say thread is, let's just pick up the first element of this response.xpath. Okay, and I'm going to say 0 just to choose the first element. And if I take a look at thread now, I have this selector object ready in hand. I'm going to say thread.xpath. Okay, and I'm going to just first, again, if you take a look at this, this link is basically having let's now take a little deeper look. How many in a given thread, how many anchor tags do you find? Wow, you see how many tags there are, but do you think all these tags belong to this thread alone? No, right? It belongs to the entire, it's just like gotten all the anchor tags from the entire page here. So what I'm going to do is, as we saw in the first video, the way I fix that is by adding a dot, right? Now if I just hit a dot, it is going to show me only those links that belong to this thread alone, and those links are right here, which are gymnastics body. I mean, there are 3 links which I don't know which one to pick yet, but we know there are 3 links. Okay, now the way we pick up the right link here is by, well, I could actually do data link type equals link, and in that case, let's just look at that now for a second. I'm going to say thread dot xpath, right? In that I am going to write the dot and // asterisk open square bracket class equals, and paste in the name of the class. What was the name of the class? The name of the class was well, it's not the class, right? I'm sorry. Yep. So data link type, that is the name of the attribute. Okay, name of the attribute is data link type and the value is link, right? The name of the attribute is data link type and the value is link. All right, now if I hit enter, it's perfectly pointing out to whatever URL I want, and I'm super happy that I got it. And all I have to do right now is just get the what? href parameter, right? So if you get the href parameter, and then all you have to do is just hit extract first, so it gives us the direct link over here. Perfect. And interestingly enough, that we are getting the absolute link, right? So far so good. I mean, I don't see a problem with getting an absolute link, but somehow the developers of the site have made it mandatory to get the absolute link, and you already know it's not all that of a great programming practice if you like hard code the absolute link in terms of all these. But however, it's not an issue right now. So let's just grab this link, right? Extract first, and so next we'll call this read more or thread link. You know what, I'm going to say thread absolute link, right? Thread absolute link is going to be this one right here that we just saw. Okay, now once you have the link, all you have to do is you want to just follow, right? If you want, I can add comments just for the sake of your clarity. You know what, guys, actually I was recording a whole like big video, and it turned out that like 1.5 hours of my video recording was never recorded. I don't know if I forgot to hit record, or I'm not even sure about the software. I'm using iSpring cam recorder. I just want to ensure this time at least it is recording, and it seems like it is. Thankfully it was recording, and I'm really glad it did. Alright, now what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to extract the absolute link. Right, I already have the absolute link of the thread. Okay, now what I have to do right now is I want to follow the link, right? I want to just click on this, and if I can follow the link, I'll be able to extract my stuff. Okay, so how do I follow the link? The way I follow the link is pretty much like how it is. Whoops. Yield response dot follow, right? And what you want to follow is the thread absolute link. Okay, and then it also has another argument, right? And once it follows, what should it do? Which method should it call? Once it follows, it has to call parse thread method, which is not there yet. I'm going to create one now, and that is the basic idea of parse method. Now here is my parse thread method that takes in self as an argument along with the response. Right now, once I have the response in hand, just follow the absolute link. Right now, what I'm going to do is I am also going to leave some space for handle pagination. Okay, now here in this method, I am just going to parse the thread. Now, how do I parse the thread? All I have to do is first take a look at the thread right here, and this is a comment, right? I want to extract all the comments. Now, if I look at the comments, how is it structured? A comment is structured such that it has a class called cPostContentWrap IPS pad, right? Now let's fetch or let's run a Scrapy shell instance in the second tab. Now once we run this instance, obviously it's going to show up. Wow, so it says line 29 there is an issue. Yep, I see what's the issue. I have to write pass just to pass it. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, now we have this. I just want to fetch it. Fetch what? Fetch the second page right here, and yep, I got this. I have to say response. Okay, cool. I have the response object perfectly working. Now I'm going to say response.expath. Okay. Now response.expath is going to have cPostContentWrap IPS pad. Okay. Now in that, what I have to do is just say / asterisk open close class equals, and let's paste in the IPS pad. Now if you take a look at this, we have all the threads, and so if I hit length of response path, what I get is, oops, okay, so 11. Now 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. Perfect. So I have got a hold of all the comments, right? And now all the comments are right here. I just want to extract the text of the comment, right? So how do I do that? I'm going to say response.expath, so on and so forth. I'm going to say comment equals, okay, and copy this and paste it with the first comment, you know, so we could actually explore a little bit more on this comment. Now where is the content here? Okay, the content here is in comment content, right? I just want to extract my comment content, and I should be let's just do this now. Now that is the name of the class. Again, comment.expath, and this time I want to not waste time and include the dot, right? And asterisk with add class equals, okay, this is the name of the class that we want to extract. Wow, surprisingly it shows nothing. You know what's going on here is, why is it not showing that? Is it because of the space? Oh wow, it's supposed to be data role, right? That is the attribute. Okay, I thought it was class, my bad. Okay, cool. Now this is the comment, right? Okay, but before that I want to write code, so I just don't forget. I'm going to copy this Now instead of pass, I'm going to say comments. You know, these are all the comments, and this is how you get a hold of all these comments. Now iterate through every single comment. For every comment in comments, right? Now once you iterate through that, what you do is you do this comment.xpath, right? But before that, I want to exactly get the comment out. How do I do that? Is by using text. Okay, so in that we have something that's not what we want, right? I want to get the exact text, but let us see. It is showing new line. But our content is hidden inside inside a p tag. Okay, inside a p tag. So I am going to do this because we have our content hidden inside a p tag. I'm going to say p and take a look. So perfect. Interesting enough, we have data. That is what we wanted. Now I'm going to just say text. Get the text of everything. Oops. Okay, get the text, and this is the text. Okay, data role comment content /p/text. Okay, now all I have to do is, what do you guys think should I do? Extract, right? Extract everything, and finally I have this text in my hand. Now, as simple as it sounds, I just have to join this one, so it all comes down as a string instead of a list. Okay, now all I have to do is just take this, copy, and just to ensure everything is right, I'm going to just say type of this, and it's a string. That's perfect. Now what I have to do is content is, what is the content? The content is this one right here, join comment.xpath data role. You know, so this is the content of the comment, right? So comment content, you see how rhyming they are? Okay, cool. Now I have the comment, right? Now once I have the comment, all I have to do is just let it do its job for every single comment. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to write yield, yield, inside over here, and I'm going to give, well, before that, do you guys remember me? I did not get the title, right? I should have gotten the title. Okay, so let's first extract the title, and then we'll also extract the category in which it's coming from. So this title is basically inside of IPS break type, IPS continued. Okay, now let's just go back to our terminal and say response.xpath, and I could say simply / asterisk at class equals this one and this one. Okay, I have this one. Okay, perfect. Selector xpath. So good, so far so good. And what I'm going to do is basically get the text. Okay, the text is like this. Wow. Okay, so I should not get the text out. Before I get the text out, I should get the span out, right? What just happened? Let's just do it in a simple fashion. You know what? Let me clear this out completely. Okay, so here is my IPS. Okay, this is what is right here. what I want is I want the element here, span tumbling training span. Okay, now how do I get the element here? How do I get the text of span? So what I have to do is I basically have to get yeah, I was right. So I should have gotten the text right, because I'll explain to you what is going on here. Okay, now if you take a look at this one here, we have a span class within another. See, the content is embedded between these two brackets, right? Between span. So if the content is embedded between these two spans, what is going to happen is it is going to be present inside the text part of it. Okay, now let's just go back and do something here. I'm going to say just extract, and it seems like this is not what we want. Wow, I need your help here. If there was a better way to access the title, I could, but you know what, we can actually, instead of using IPS break is contained, what we can do is basically find out all the h1 tags in the page, and we can actually access stuff from there. Let's look at that. Okay, so we have this h1 tag, right? Now that is containing a whole bunch of stuff which we really do not care much about, but we certainly want the span class inside the h1. Find out. So basically what this is going to do is yeah. Okay, now it's kind of getting to a point where what we okay, cool. Let me just write the query first and show you what's going on. Extract, right? Okay, I'm going to just say extract the text, and perfect, we got what we wanted. Okay, extract first. Okay guys, let me make it really clear what's going on here. Okay, awesome. Now what is going on here is response.xpath, right? In my page here, find the h1 tag that contains a span tag that contains another span tag inside it, and find the text of that particular span tag. Now if you take a look at this one, it's the h1 is here, there's a span tag here, there is another span tag here, and in between these two span tags is the word tumbling training embedded. So we want to first extract this out. So that is why we have extract first span text. As easy as it is, sometimes we could go wrong, and if I remember what happened wrong the last time. Let's try and to make things clear, you know, just so you understand what's going on here. I want to try again. So if I want to try again, I want to access by using the class attribute instead of h1 tag. And if that doesn't work out, we already have a ready-made solution, but I still want to try it again. So here is the class name, right? And I'm just pasting it in here. Okay, I got this, and inside that there is a you know, text attribute. Let's access the text attribute, and inside the text attribute, what so you know what, let's do this. Let's do a span. Yeah, okay, perfect. Now all I have to do is basically extract first. Okay, now if I do this, I got tumbling training back again. So this is one route, or this is, as we saw, this is another route. Okay, so whichever you feel convenient, you can do it. But I feel, you know, going through class is my way. So just to maintain uniformity, I'm just going to say class. Okay, and there's no harm in basically going and finding it out in a different route as well. No problem whatsoever. But this is just for our convenience. Okay, so now we got the comments, we got the title, we are yet to just find out what is the category. So the way I find out what's the category is just go ahead, right click, and if you take a look here, we are basically under IPS normal, right? And inside IPS normal there is IPS type normal, there is a span tag. So we want to reference that span tag in our response.expath. Dot you know, at class equals IPS type normal. So we have this thing right here, and we want to be able to we want to be able to find the category here, and the way we do that is go inside the span tag, and once you go inside the span tag, you go inside the anchor tag, and yeah, and get the text out of the anchor tag. That's it. Go inside the span tag, go inside the anchor tag, and you should get this right now. All you have to do is get the text of the anchor tag, and you should be good. Yep, perfect. I just want to extract first. Perfect. Okay, so I got this. I'm just going to copy, and I'm just going to paste category as this one right here. Okay, finally we are in a position to yield it, right? Title is title. Okay, and what do we have is a comment, right? So that is our content, right? So I'm just going to say content, and the content is basically the comment itself, right? And category is basically the category itself. And yeah, so that is how we basically parse the thread. And once you parse the thread, we should be in a position to handle pagination as well. If there is, okay, so I wish there was a thread that contained pagination in itself inherently, so I could address that one as well. Looks like it doesn't have one. Let's okay, so if, wow, I am not able to see anything with pagination in it. Come on guys, there should be something. Somebody should have written so much comment on a particular thread. Looks like it kind of does not have okay, 10. Let's look at this here. 10 10 10 10 10 10. Okay, I don't see a reason why there should be pagination, because in every page there are just 10 comments. So yeah, I mean that should be it. And I think, you know what, I'm not even going to handle pagination here. Yep, so that is our spider, and let's just have our spider do its job by going here in fitness 2 and Scrapy crawl tumbling. I'm positive there would be one or another error, and I just want to save everything as tumbling .json. Wow. Yup, just like I expected, there is an error somewhere, and I hope I'll be able to find it out. Type error, selector is not serializable. Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay, hey, I just want, wow, everything seems to be the same. Let's look at, where is my error encoder? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go and find out the first error. So exporters differ, apply, say it encode. Wow, where is the error? Serialize.py encoder. I wish there was like an automatic error resolution technology that would that would just like find out the error and fix it for us automatically. Yeah, I mean, I don't see, yeah, you know what, guys, I don't see that thing being far away from now. I'm sure maybe within the next 5 years we will have that in place. Where is the source? Come on. Okay, expat, object at error caught, signal handler. Okay, robust. I mean, I really don't have the patience to read every single line. I'm like just looking for my tumbling spider.py. Wow, I am surprised. Let's just take a look at tumbling.json. Wow, something's going on. What is the error? Okay, selector, tumbling training content, selector path, category and moment. Okay. Error caught on signal handler, Scrapy of something. Scraped extension feed exporter. Like, what is going on? Object of type selector is not JSON serializable. So if this is what it says, finally I could see something that's valuable to me. So where am I throwing an object that is not serializable? So am I throwing out let's just take a look at this one here. So copy and paste it in the Scrapy shell. No, it seems to be fine. This doesn't seem to be I think what, no, this is, let's look at this title here again. My bad. Let's just do this type of this is the code for title, right? Yeah, it's a string. Let's just take a look at category as well. I really thought I did exactly extract string. I'm surprised if it says it's just a serializable, it's just not a thing that is in the acceptable format. Comments, okay, for every comment in comments. Yeah, I mean, let's do this and see what is going on. Type. Okay, that's a string as well. Wow. So what is the issue then? Is this the issue? Like, let's go to the first terminal and check it. Okay, it seems to be fine, and let me just take a look at my older spiders, so I get a good idea of what's going on. Okay, now sparing 7. Okay, self and response, great. Pagination, oh, wow, seems to be the same, pretty much the same. Okay, so this has there's no extract first. Okay, so this is just threads, right? Yeah. Okay, for every thread just iterate. Very interesting. Guys, I what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop this video, and I'm going to not waste your time, and I'm going to figure out what the issue is, and then once it's done, I'm going to just show you how you could fix that error as well. And yeah, so that I'll see right now, and I'll get back to you. Finally, I was able to find out in like 10 minutes. I it was not so good of me. If you take a look at this content here, it says selector XPath, and very clearly it said object of type selector is not JSON serializable. As soon as it says this, you have to understand that whatever you're passing here in the yield statement is not a thing that could actually be processed. That means basically this one right here, it should have been content, not comment, right? So this is, if you take a look at this one, comment is what? Is a selector object, right? So therefore it was not able to do anything with that. So the way you fix that is by using content, not comment. Okay, now if we give it a shot, let's hope it works. I clear screen and let's do this. Yep, seems like it did. Yep, these are all from the old ones we don't care about. We'll get rid of that. And yeah, but I am still confused why there are just like 12 of them instead of you know, all those. Instead of all those, I'm still confused what's going on, but we'll see what's going on here. Okay, for every thread, let's take a look at the log here. Ah, okay, what's going on is it is not going through all the duplicate links. Wow, so basically what happened was it prevented us from going to the same duplicate link. You know, if you take a look at this one here, let me just close it quickly. If I go ahead and just go here, the link is comment 239 524. I think if you go back again, essentially what it is trying to do is probably what I think is it's kind of having this URL duplication issue. So what it realized was it thought, okay, so wherever this link is pointing is pointing to the same link, right? From here up until here, it's all the same. The only thing that varies is you know, the comment number, and that is where it is not picking up on that subtlety. I think there should be a way for us to disable you know, disable that that feature of duplication. See, duplicate filter debug to show all duplicates. Yeah, filter duplicate request. Okay, I don't want this duplicate request. I want to get rid of that. Let's see, filter duplicate request Scrapy. Okay, now if you do that, yeah, there should be an answer. Don't filter. Okay, So if we have to set it up in such a way that that request object should not be filtered. Awesome. So how do we do this is a different thing. We'll take a look at that, and I'll get back to you. Finally, after looking at a whole bunch of Stack Overflow queries and whatnot, I realized what we should do in order to enable duplication is you have to set duplicate filter class to be this one right here. So I let me just go back to settings, and I basically, this is one line that I added that enabled me to do crawling with duplicate URLs as well. So with that being said, I hope now it should do the job for us. Let's go give it a shot and see where it goes. Okay, let's just wait and watch. Okay, perfect. Seemed to do some good stuff. And if you take a look at that, wow. Okay, so this one's the old one, and this one's the new one. And yeah, that should be it. Finally, we were able to scrape the web, and it seems to be very legit. So in this tutorial, what you learned was not about XPath, was not about like you learned a whole bunch about that, but I did not give you like an in-depth explanation to XPath. However, you learned how you can actually iterate through a given set of threads, okay, and you learned how to grab your comments, title, and category. And I am not going to do any changes or editing because I just want it to be I just want you guys to take a look at that however it is, because it's very obvious that when you start developing something like this, you will definitely run into issues, and you will learn from your mistakes. And I pretty much, while doing this video, I learned that in order for me to enable a duplication, I have to add this single line. Things like that, all these subtle things are really valuable when you go into like real production, real beast mode for web scraping. With that being said, I really hope that you got massive value out of this video. If not massive value, at least a little bit value. Alright, and if you like this video, of course you have to smash up that likes button there, and subscribe to my channel, because I am going to post more videos about this as well, and more stuff coming. And I really appreciate the fact that you stayed along until here and learned, and happy web scraping. I just want to thank you guys. Alright,